Okay, it's recording now. Let me get my questions.
Okay, cool.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
All right. All right, so share with me a little bit about your religious or spiritual beliefs.
Okay. Well, I practice Buddhism.
Mm-hmm.
My belief system is that everything that's outside of us is inside of us. Um, so I practice Buddhism, Hinduism mixed with like Christianity. I believe that there's truth and many of the cultures or religions that do exist. I try to take what is positive and what works for me and use it towards my benefit. That makes me a better person or a better individual. So so for example, when it comes to like Buddhism, it helps me to see my reflection in other people and in other things that are in the world. Animals, plants, food, cartoons. I could see the similarity and how everything is connected.
All right. Okay. How did you come into this faith, into following this belief?
Um, well, first, me growing up in New York, there's a heavy presence of the nation of the gods and the earth. And they have an ideology of the black man being God and the black woman being earth. And within the nation of the gods and the earth, they have lessons. They have like supreme lessons. They have supreme mathematics. And God in that specific ideology means generator, operator, or destroyer of your reality. So I used to go to this poetry event, and I met some people there at this poetry event, and that's where I got the knowledge and the information from. And then I linked up with some more people out in Harlem and different things. And at that same time, I met this group called Oshun. They was on the same journey too, so they got a lot of that information as well. They was in one of the classes. I think one of the teachers was Supreme Mathematics. I think his name was. He's a very intelligent brother as well. So he was teaching us certain things, and that's how it got started. And it made me really realize the power, the accountability, and responsibility that I have over my own life. And I think that's very important. And it's what kind of kept me eating healthy, because it made me realize, like, if I can control my thoughts, I can create the reality that I want. So it does depend on what I consume. If I choose to embody the power of God and be the controller of my destiny and to steer my own destiny. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So in order for me to be responsible with that energy, I have to be responsible with myself and love myself.
Definitely.
So that's basically how that journey started. And it was one of the best times of my life. That's when I started manifesting throwing events, attracting people. I attracted a really cool girlfriend at the time and cool situations to do amazing things. My life was like a movie. You ever seen She's Gotta Have It?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was like the male version of her. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like that's basically like how my life was, in a way where, I had different options. I'm doing artistic work. I'm putting other people on. So I was curating events, doing open mics, showcases, prizes for artists. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I had a headquarters where me and my team will link up and have fun. You know, it was really cool. It was a really cool time of my life. And shoot, I think about embracing that energy again because it definitely it's empowering. That's the word for it. You know what I'm saying? To know that God is inside of you. You say, yo, I want God to work through me. You know what I'm saying? I want God to work through me. This is not something that I want to have any type of disconnect from right now. I want it to be a part of my being. And you say, I am a part of that being. I am that being. And then doing that, God will bestow it to you. You just, you know, now it's your responsibility, though, to be accountable for everything that goes on in your life. So that's why I think Christianity is cool, too, because they're like, yo, I know that I sin, right?
Right.
So I'm a separate. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I'm going to separate myself because I know that I'm not doing everything that I'm supposed to, but I'm going to pray and ask for forgiveness because these temptations might be too difficult for me. You feel what I'm saying? To fully embrace the essence of becoming the divine being. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why I like Christianity too, because there are times where, you know, we might be tempted and we might fall into a lower frequency. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody's perfect. So when you fall into that lower frequency, you also the connection can also not be the same as well. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With the spirituality. So yeah, you know, that's my first time really breaking it down like that. That's interesting.
No, yeah, that's real. And then the comparison to the Christianity definitely open up more insight for sure. How exactly would you say like your faith has evolved over time?
Oh, my faith has definitely evolved. Wow. How has my faith evolved over time? I feel like I actually took a seat, a back seat, you know, to certain things because of my diet. You know, when I came out to Atlanta and I wanted to try different foods, I just wasn't meditating as much as I was when I was like in New York meditating and certain things. But I could say that there was like some type of blockage that I was definitely going through. I feel like I'm evolving now. I feel like I was stuck. Something wasn't moving exactly how I wanted it to move. Right. You know. So as far as my evolutionary process is concerned, I felt like it was kind of put on hold for something, or it could be my mind frame, or it could have been something external. You know what I'm saying? Hey, possibly just my mind frame that got me into a lower frequency where, you know, other things could have access to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, as far as my evolutionary process is concerned now, though, I feel like I'm very strong spiritually, physically. A lot of people are recognizing, you know, who I am as a person. I'm definitely, people that don't belong are being shedded. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I feel like now I evolved to a place where people know who I am, though. Like, they know my heart. You know what I'm saying? And I have my spirit team now. So that's how I feel like I really evolved, is because I got a spirit team and not just a spirit team, but a physical team, you know, that got my back. And before, maybe they were confused before, you know what I'm saying? Or it was something within myself that I had to change. But now I know that the clarity is there. So whatever I'm doing now will be like completely amplified. Like, and I know now that I'm protected. Like, before it was like a belief. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was a belief. But know, and you go through, I went through like certain experiences, it made me know. Like, for example, my ancestors, this is from like I just say spirit guides, or just awareness has showed me that that there were people in my energy. You know what I'm saying? There were people in my energy that did not want to acknowledge my greatness or try to make me seem less than what I was. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could feel my energy, but the question is, could I feel my energy?
Mm-hmm. That's real true. Just having that self-reflection on self and that realization, and that's all part of evolving for sure when it comes to your spirituality. What role would you say that your spiritualness plays in your daily life?
Shoot, now, what role does my spirituality play in my day? It plays in, you know, my balance, just having my balance and being present in the moment, and knowing that ain't nobody gonna get it if I don't get it, if I don't go out here and put myself out there. You know what I'm saying? And not really being ashamed of that neither. You know, it's a part of who I am. And so my spirituality consists of like balancing my emotions. You know what I'm saying? How can I say this? Being spiritual throughout my day consists of breathing. And, you know, if I'm focusing on my breath and I'm focusing on positive thoughts, then that's what comes to me. You know, my spirituality is consistent of like, you know, saying positive things. There might be times where I might be thinking some crazy shit, and I'll be like, okay, I don't need to be thinking this. I don't need to be thinking this.
Right.
You know, and I might try to just counter the thought when it comes along. So yeah, that's how my spirituality impacts spirituality also impacts my day, because, you know, it's either the AI or it's the spirituality mixed with the AI, but I'll definitely see a lot of synchronicities. You know what I'm saying? But it's not just synchronicities with the AI. Like, I'll definitely see synchronicities in person. Like, you know, like say I'm thinking of
and stuff. Like angel numbers and stuff like that.
Yeah, like the angel numbers is cool. Yeah, like I'll be seeing the angel numbers, but I don't really pay that so much mind. Like, if I see it, I'm like, oh, okay, it's cool. I might release a video on 11/11 or something. But my spiritual synchronicities be like, all right, I've seen two cats before, like in the Matrix. Like, I'm having a conversation with somebody, and something is off about the conversation, and I'm like, did I just see two cats do what it did in the Matrix movie? That type of shit. Right. Or like, say somebody doesn't belong in my house. You know, stuff will break. Stuff will start to break that never broke.
Yeah, definitely. Like
shit
glitching.
Like that. Go ahead, I'm listening to like what?
Like glitching.
Yeah, like real glitches. That's how spirit be speaking to me. Like real life glitches.
I feel that.
Like there's times where I ride with another spiritual person, and the cop done goddamn, he driving, he done seen us do some crazy shit in the whip. You feel me?
Right.
And the nigga just drive off. You know, like real spiritual, like, okay, this wasn't supposed to go this way, but it went in our favor.
Definitely.
Like extreme glitches in the system. Like I said I saw two black cats do the same exact thing. Ain't nothing more spiritual than that to me. Like, okay, all right, you know what I'm saying?
Right, real talk.
How I'm watching something from the movie that I always believed in, but it actually happened in real life. You know, like where I'm going to goddamn see an oracle and shit, and the mission actually took place. You feel what I'm saying? After. I didn't believe in it before, but I believe in it now. Like,
Right. So, as a Buddhist, do you believe in the afterlife?
Yeah, I believe in the afterlife. I believe in the afterlife.
What does that look like to you?
That can mean, you know, your conscious passing away and you gaining a new consciousness, like a snake. You know, you shedding your new skin, you getting new skin. Because I feel like a lot of us are immortal. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to our spirit, so it's really just about the learning lessons that we go through and the shedding of who we are to become a better person. You know, so I would just like to start there with that. You know what I'm saying? Like the reincarnation of a thought process. You know, and that thought process, like we was talking about earlier, could really change our reality. And that's really the point where I want to get to, is being like the best version of myself. So yeah, reincarnation. I even feel like when you pass away, you know, if you pass away, you could be reborn with multiple gifts, with different gifts, even stronger. You could be an evolution of your last self. Right. You know, to come and complete whatever assignment it was that you want to complete, or that you feel you need to complete here on this planet. You know? Definitely. So reincarnation, and what makes me really believe in it is because when I go into most cultures, other people believe in it as well. And that's what kind of contributes to me believing in, you know, reincarnation. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I like, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Man, yeah, you got. Go ahead, I'm listening.
I was just gonna piggyback off of that. It is a lot of different religions and beliefs where like the afterlife is a factor for others. It's just like there's always a different interpretation. I just find that very interesting, you know.
Yeah, like in the Bhagavad Gita, what's interesting about that, they said if you treat an animal wrong, you're gonna come back as the animal.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yo, I was like, damn, like that's intense. You know what I'm saying? But it is about treating people and things how you want to be treated. Definitely. You know, like I got this plant. I try my best to keep this goddamn plant alive. You know what I'm saying? And I personally feel like the plant be communicating to me when I do something wrong. Like, say I put the plant someplace where I know it really don't belong, and then I do something I'm not supposed to, it will fall. But it will fall because it didn't belong there in the first place. Right. I know you put me here to get sunlight, but is this the best place for me to be? Ooh. Oh.
That's real.
Uh-oh, see, you done got me started.
That's real, for real.
Yeah.
Did you have any more points on that?
Let me think. So the afterlife. I definitely feel like, yeah, you could be, when you're born, you can make more of yourself too. Like, I think it's kind of limited possibilities. Like, you know, like what you leave here is still here. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like, say somebody passed away, but they spread a lot of good energy. So when they come back, people are more familiar with that energy. Yeah, definitely. That you already left here. They can identify with it a lot more easier. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they say, like, your children go through what you go through with you. You know what I'm saying? With the energy that you left here too, they could experience that. Because they are part of your child is a part of you. So say you went around doing good stuff, there's gonna be a lot of people that might be wanting to help you out and do good, even if they didn't want to. They could relate to that energy and be like, okay, I sense this energy. Let me help this energy out. You know, this person gives me an energy of my grandma or something, or an energy of this person. You So I feel like in my personal life, like the fact that I known that my grandma was a helping person that helped a lot of people out. There were times in my neighborhood, because my grandmother took care of people in my neighborhood, where people didn't have my back.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In times where I could have been beat up, jumped, whatever, there was an energy that was there that protected me. The energy of my grandmother treating people right was in the area. Mm-hmm. So it gave me a feeling that I didn't know at the time, but a feeling of protection. Like, I could walk around this shit because I don't got no ops. If anything, you work for me.
Right.
That's how it really kind of felt. Like, you know, I ain't do nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? Right. If anything, you owe me. You know, like, that's just how it makes you feel when your family has put in good energy in the world, and other people know that you're related to this person. It's like it comes with perks. Yeah. It comes with a certain mind frame. So like even like my mom don't owe people nothing. She pays people back if she owes them bread. Like she's big on like, yo, if I owe you something, I'm gonna get that bread to you. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? And really, I'm my mom's afterlife. You know what I'm saying? Because I embody that characteristic from my mom. Yeah. So my mom still got life, but I'm after my mom's life, if we want to talk about the word afterlife. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still a part of my mom. So it's like as a child, I'm picking up the positive attributes of my parent and carrying it with me. We're not going to talk about the negative. We're just going to talk about the positive. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's really going to help people out. You feel me? Yeah. So, talking about reincarnation, you know, your child is a reincarnation. You know what I'm saying? Of you. I'm pretty sure they challenge the parents on a lot of things within themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they do.
You know, and it's like, damn, you can't even really get mad. This person is reflecting you.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, I think reincarnation and afterlife is on different forms. You know, so it's deep, man. That's definitely a conversation we could build on too. Right. But yeah,
it's a conversation in itself. Because you made some really good points there. I wasn't even looking at it like that, like the generation of it. Because literally the afterlife is still here with us, especially like in our children that we produce. That's deep. What are some rituals or practices that are important to you?
Well, I would say affirmations. Mm-hmm. Why affirmations? Because, you know, it's all about reprogramming. When it comes to that, affirmations is all about reprogramming, and programming your day. Mm-hmm. So, I'll say that. You know, saying a mantra. In Indian culture, they might call it a mantra. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? How many times you gonna say the mantra? When I did my research on it, they say you're supposed to say that mantra like 10,000 times or more if you want to expedite the process. You know what I'm saying? Saying that mantra too short, like short mantras. You know, like you don't have to be like so long, but the shorter the better. You know what I mean? Right. Let's say, you know, meditation. Meditation helps me be in the present moment. It helps me receive downloads. So, what was the question again?
What are some rituals or practices that are important to you?
Definitely, meditation. You know, I gotta still do that. Like I had work last night, but I'm gonna meditate after this. I just definitely felt the need to, so we could get this out the way, so we could just, you know what I'm saying, you know, get what we need to get done. You feel me? But, right. Yeah, meditation for sure. Like, practicing different mudras, that deal with meditation. So if people don't know about the mudras, it's basically like your fingers connecting, and when your fingers connect, you basically are creating a frequency or targeting a specific, let's say, thought process or energy or chakra when you're connecting your fingers. Your fingers have veins in it, and those veins are connected throughout your body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like putting two rivers together, and then each river has its own unique energy. You know what I'm saying? So if you put three fingers together, you're going to have three rivers, and each one of those rivers could do something different. And it could still, and it's going to target a specific area in your body that's going to cause for healing. So you could target the liver by putting certain fingers together. You know what I'm saying? You could target your brain by putting different fingers together. Your hands and the sole of your hands carry energy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like it's the same concept as when you touch a antenna or a TV. It kind of changes the frequency or the channel depending on how you move it, right? Or your connection to it.
Definitely, yeah.
So it kind of works with with your fingers as well, just on an electric level, but not as high voltage yet. You know what I'm saying? As maybe like a TV, So you're still using a certain hertz frequency to channel energy within your fingers. So basically that's explaining mudras from my perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's a part of it, is definitely dealing with the mudras, to have an internal balance or do internal healing work that can make you operate as a human being better. You know what I'm saying? So instead of going to the doctor, you can do mudras. You feel what I'm saying? So say you do got a problem with your liver, or you do got a problem with your stomach or your heart. Instead of taking the medication, you know what I'm saying, you could do certain mudra exercises that will heal you instead. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, yeah.
Now I do also believe that in order for these things to work effectively, you do have to be healthy already, or at least created a pattern of at least working out and having good blood flow. Now everybody body different, so that's just my personal belief. If you got to be extremely healthy in order to access the mudra energy, but I would just assume so, because if your hands is clogged up with mucus or whatever it is, how are you channeling the energy properly if it's congested?
True. Definitely. That's one thing I like about Buddhism, because I feel like it really teaches you how to really connect with that part of yourself, really get into the spiritualness of who you are, and it really teaches you how to do it. It's very insightful, and that's of course why you have that knowledge yourself. And if more people knew stuff like that, we have a lot more healthy people in the world, and people that'll be able to tap into their healing abilities to help heal others as well.
Yep. So yeah, it's about our health, and our health determines how we react to a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Cleaning out our body. Our body could hold traumas in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Holding experiences that's in your stomach, the energy got trapped, and now it's a goddamn cyst. It turned into a cyst.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or it turned into a goddamn, what's it called?
A cancer.
What's it called? A cancer, or what's that thing that happens in your stomach when you get upset? Ulcer.
Mm. Yeah.
When you're too angry, you know what I'm saying, on the inside,
Yeah.
like your emotions could create disease. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're upset, you know, you create certain chemicals in your body.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Just how when you're happy, you create certain chemicals in your body. So dealing with like meditation is like alchemizing the body, synchronizing the body, and breathing in the knowledge and spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm big with the meditation. I'm definitely big with the candles. As far as using candles for like protection or love, you know, just to attract love, not to manipulate anybody's reality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But to enhance my own. Slow motion this time. I don't know who needs to hear this.
Oh, it's been a minute since I heard that. That's hilarious. So speaking of
I don't know who needs to hear this, but you blessed.
most definitely. So speaking of meditation, meditation and prayer, how would you say you incorporate that into your routine?
So like, when I wake up, the best time to meditate is when I wake up in the morning. I feel like I'm more like at peace, and I feel like whatever I do in the morning can kind of steer and control the rest of my day. So I try to meditate in the morning as soon as I get up, and then I say my prayer. So my prayer is me speaking to God and requesting what I want from God. And meditation is me listening to God, you know,
Right.
downloading information or being able to create the awareness so I could see the opportunities of what I prayed for, to be able to receive it. So say like I could be blocked off because of what I did yesterday or something. I prayed for it, but you know, I came across some energies, you know what I'm saying, that might not have been beneficial. So the meditation is to clear out the aura field, to allow spirit to come inside of me and push out whatever it is that needs to be pushed out in order for me to receive what God is trying to show me.
Facts.
You know, because when you feel with the Holy Ghost, then what could be against you? You know what I'm saying? And you have an enlightenment process when you meditate. The goal is enlightenment.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? When you closing your eyes, you're using that light energy to light up yourself. Slow motion inside. So,
Are there any? I'm sorry. Did you want to add anything?
oh, nah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Are there any holidays, like festivals, anything special occasion wise that you may celebrate?
Honestly, I'm not gonna cap. If I really had like the bread, I'd probably still celebrate all of them. Not, you know, they're meant for reflections. These days, I think holidays are needed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to remind people, to keep people in remembrance of, I don't know if that's even a word, but to keep people in remembrance. But it just sounds good, doesn't it, when I say it? Like
Remembrance. Yeah, I think it is a
yeah,
word.
it keeps people in remembrance. Of like what's important in your life. So like Valentine's Day, for example, you know, it definitely affected me to be like, yo, like, I think I'm a good person. Why am I single? Then I see a whole bunch of women online and people online not in relationships, but you know, they're decent people. Like they seem like they're decent people. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people that will consider themselves chosen ones, and I'm like, these are the main people that should have to be in these relationships, because they actually care. They're reflective. You know what I'm saying? And then you got people out here that I don't know what they had going on, but they might be bad or have bad intentions, and they out here just being able to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big reflection on the times. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, like in Atlanta, there's like a lot of people, they cool with having side chicks and side pieces. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I guess it's the culture. It's a lot of women, so like a lot of women on after Valentine's Day, that's when they're the other side nigga come see him. They don't see, a lot of women don't see that man on Valentine's Day or the dude that they dealing with on Valentine's Day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they don't do that. They out here in Georgia, you know, and it was on the radio. This is not just something that I'm just making up. Like, these are people that live in Atlanta that know the culture of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? They'll go see their side piece the day after. Like, that's just the culture. You know, and that could be other places too. It just don't have to be in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Or in Atlanta. Yeah. I just know Georgia has a lot of women. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably just how that's gonna work when it comes to the mathematics of things. Not everybody's gonna have somebody. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, you know, let's just say Valentine's Day. So, you know, it had me do some reflection, and I'm like, yo, listen, if I got the power, this shit is canceled. Because these people that are in relationships, they should be helping other people be in relationships. If that's the case, if you seeing, you know what I'm saying? Because I know when I was in a relationship and in relationships, I kind of made it my duty to help other people that weren't in relationships. Like, I had a friend, he was happy with my relationship, and he came to me for advice. You know what I'm saying? I said, yo, bro, this is how it works. You know how when you in love with somebody, you genuinely like somebody, it's easier for you to give love advice. Right. Like, it's just easier. So that's what I was doing. And I feel like, shoot, spread that love. You know what I'm saying? You got you master with the yin and the yang energy. You know what I'm saying right now, because it's real. It's real in your life. Help that become real in other people's lives, because love is what's going to make people happier.
Right, I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I even had the expectation of like, damn, why ain't nobody like looking out for me? Like, y'all know, like, I hoop with y'all, or I might play ball, or you know my heart. You have a conversation with me every day. You never thought to say, damn, let me help this person out. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So when it came to Valentine's Day, and then I'm not seeing like a lot of events going on with people trying to help out other people that are single. It's this thing where people talk about chosen ones are supposed to be by themselves and in hermit mode. I don't really agree with that. I'm sorry, I just don't. Like, I know that two heads work better than one. Like, and it's better when I don't care if you're trauma bonding me personally. Like, shit, you bring the drugs, I bring the pain, whatever. But y'all can help get through certain things together than you getting through it by yourself. And I feel like I don't know. I just feel like it's an agenda to keep certain people isolated. Yeah. You know, that actually do have good energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely feel that. Everybody needs somebody.
Yeah. So, you know, I feel like it's a lot of greedy stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? People being greedy, or I don't know. That, like, so for Valentine's Day, for me, it was more like, it should be a lot more love being spread if you already got that love. Like, you know, like, say I see a homeless person, I got a little change in my car. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm going to go help out the homeless person. I'm going to go, you know what I'm saying? I got a little change, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why you out there. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know what happened to you or whatever, but hey, here, take this change. Now, I'm not saying I'm a homeless person or something like that. I'm not saying I'm spiritually homeless or anything like that. It's just the effort. You feel what I'm saying? The effort of trying that and trying to make the world a better place. And I think that's what it starts with. It starts with the household. You know what I'm saying? And everybody has their own household. You know what I'm saying? And people want to talk about family. You know what I'm saying? It all starts with the family. How you help? You got to help people start a family. You have to have a community. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Well,
as far as these holidays, like even like Christmas is the day where you get people presents. Like presents are cool. To not know what you're getting and it's wrapped up. You know what I'm saying? And somebody gives you something. I think that's cool. I think people should do that more often. I don't think it should just be. But that's what the holiday is there for. The holiday is there to tell people, like, yo, be like this every day. Or be like this when you can be, not just on the holiday.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's why I like the holidays, is because it's supposed to be a reminder of what is important and what people have accomplished. You know what I'm saying? And in life, we need reminders. Sometimes we need enforcements to help us to stay on the right path. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's certain conversations that do still need to be had to raise the awareness. So there's a lot of people that don't know the history of Valentine's Day. There's a lot of people that don't really know the history of Christmas, but it still gives reason for conversation and for enlightenment and wisdom and lessons to take place.
Right.
So like it has its pros and it has its cons to it. So economically, people that are in business and people that have their own businesses going and stuff like that, they be doing flash sales and shit. I got a sale, a Christmas sale going up. You know what I'm saying? And this and that. So it could be beneficial to people that are in position to profit and to make money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So it's not necessarily to me a bad thing. Now, if it's when the stars are aligned and it's supposed to be demonic and stuff like that, okay, cool. Maybe we should change the date. You know what I'm saying? And make it more holy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna sit up here and cap like I like Young Pharaoh. You know what I'm saying? And the knowledge that he brought. You know what I mean?
Right.
I like Rashad Jamal and the knowledge that they bring. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna sit up here and say like, yo, I watch them people like, yo, I fuck with the knowledge, like regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's beauty and beast, just in human beings and within these holidays.
Yep.
It's beauty and beast. You got some people that celebrate Thanksgiving. They utilize their energy just to spend time with their family. They understand, like, hey, man, this shit ain't really, bad. It ain't really cool, but hey, I get to see some family. They work on their forgiveness. Every year they working on their forgiveness when they go see their family, even though they know they don't even get along with some of these people.
Right.
They still making an effort to make a change despite the odds. So I can't really get mad at that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And there's some people that actually like seeing their family and they don't have the time to go see their family throughout the whole year. So that gives them an excuse to do it.
Definitely.
So I can't shame people for having holidays. Like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't shame people for a lot of shit. Keep it a stack with you. I'm really just trying to mind my business and enjoy my life. Keep it a stack with you. Like, this other stuff that people got going on, like, listen, Jesus just want to chill. I just want to heal and chill. Give me some beautiful women around me. We straight. And some good food. Give me some good, you know what I'm saying? Give me some good marijuana. Maybe a little drink. Give me some wine. You feel me?
Right.
Good video games. We can play some video games. We can do some tantra. Ooh, man, listen. Like, what more can you ask for? You know what I'm saying? Maybe have a little baby running around that look like you. Talking about Google Gaga, ask you all the questions in the world. I think that's what makes life beautiful.
Definitely.
Yeah, go ahead.
Speaking of relationships, how do you feel your faith influences your relationships?
Ooh, you be asking deep questions. That's why I talk about you a little dangerous, man.
Hey, we gotta get real deep.
Alright, how do I feel like like my faith influences my relationships? I feel like I can attract what I am, but I also feel like I can attract, from my personal experience, I usually attract what I am or something that's similar to how I grew up, like my mom. My faith. What is my faith? My faith is believing in something that I haven't seen yet. Ooh, I think I need to strengthen my faith in my relationships, because I just been conditioned to like go out here and give compliments, like, and show love. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I think it can be a reflection of lack of faith. You know what I'm saying? Because how can I say it? Like, patience deals with faith. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. Does it?
Yeah, they can go hand in hand.
Yeah, they kind of go. So it's like, I feel like my faith is tested in that area a lot, because I see people in relationships and it's something that I really want for myself. So like I always feel like I be tested in that area, and I still choose to spread love. That's the craziest part. Like, mm-hmm. I still be happy for people. Sometimes I be a little bit, like, damn, like I want to have that too, but I don't try to sabotage people though. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't spread rumors and be like, yeah, I don't think you should belong with this person. I don't, and it's never that deep for me. You know what I'm saying? However, like, my faith in relationships and finding a relationship could be a little stronger, because I don't like sitting around like waiting for it. You know what I mean? Like, growing up, if I went after it and it was for me, I got it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna face some rejections, but at least you know what it is. At least you can say that you tried.
Right.
At least you can say, yo, I didn't let this opportunity pass me by. So I grew up extroverted. Like, I'm an extroverted person, and that's been my behavior pattern for years. So it's a little bit difficult for me to just use faith to attract a relationship, because I feel like the opportunities are always all around me. It's really just about me choosing the right one. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So, like, what makes it tough is because there's some women that just feed off of the attention. This is where it becomes tough for me, and where I understand where people are like, yo, you gotta have faith and let it kind of come to you, because there's a lot of people out here that want attention, and they be messing it up for me. Keep it a stack with you. They be messing it up for me too. I'm gonna be accountable. Listen, I'm gonna be accountable. All right, and be like, yeah, But also, there be people out here, they just want your attention. They just want your energy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And it kind of messes it up for me, because it's like, damn, you so thirsty for this attention, and deep down, I'm really just trying to find somebody that's for me. Get your attention-seeking ass the fuck up out of here. Who are these people? Because you messing it up for me, because you just want attention, and I just want a relationship. Yeah, so the people that's trying to seek the attention is messing it up for people that genuinely want something. Don't act like you like me or anything like that just to get up in my energy. And then you sabotaging what I really got going on, because that other person needs some healing. They haven't maybe got the attention growing up or whatever it is. They need healing. So now they sabotaging other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it'd be like that, yeah.
So, that's what I'm going to pray for. I'm going to pray that God get the people that's seeking attention and they don't want something real the hell up out of my life. Mm-hmm. Because that's not what I want. I want something genuine. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that, where we actually enjoy each other's conversation, and, it's not no ulterior motive there just to make themselves feel good, and the energy isn't reciprocal. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, that was a really good question. Yeah, like I could strengthen that. Like I need to do more deep meditations on just focusing on what I want. But what's crazy is I've been attracting women. You know, when I was doing meditations, I was attracting women that had kids, and I don't mind women that have kids. But if I want to have my own family, though, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, well, with kids is cool. They be making a little money. They don't really, you know, they be minding their business. They don't really be seeking validation outside of themselves. They just mind their business, eat their food, deal with their kids, you know, and have sex. You know what I'm saying? They're not really trying to do too much. They might go out here and there, but, you know, they got priorities. So,
Right.
you know.
Definitely. Yeah, that was a good take on the question. I know it was pretty deep. But I definitely feel like the first step to like realizing like how your faith does influence your relationships is by definitely asking for to receive what it is that you genuinely need for yourself. I feel like that's a really good step of acknowledgement and awareness for sure. I have just one more question for you. It's about your dietary restrictions. What kind of dietary restrictions you may have, or like lifestyle choices that could be guided by your faith, or that are guided by your faith.
Okay. Let's see here. You know, sugar. Staying away from sugar. You know, I'm pretty sure if you research with sugar, if anybody researches with sugar, how it affects the body, but then how it also affects parasites and different things, I think that is very important information to know. So I try to stay away from sugar. If it is sugar that I eat, I try to make it honey, you know, or agave.
Yeah.
You know, it speeds up thoughts. So, for example, when it comes to taking things slow and having faith, sugar doesn't help with that. You trying to slow things down, sugar trying to speed it up. You see where I'm going with it?
Yeah.
So say you was addicted. Your mom had a craving for sugar. Now you got a craving for sugar. You see how that could be a generational curse that's passed down. You really want to take things slow. So now I have to cleanse out myself and that energy of liking sugar to defeat the generational curse. You see how that came all together?
Right.
But that really came all together through the question that you asked. Are you the therapist?
I could be, huh?
You know what I'm saying? You see why friends are important. You know what I'm saying? Like friends are just having these conversations. It's so important because it's like, you know, the questions do lead to the answers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Opens up a line of communication because this stuff like this needs to be talked about for sure.
Right. So, you know, like sugar. Trying to stay away from that. There's things in the body that could slow down things that manifest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, you know, eating glutinous type of foods that are hard to digest. You know what I'm saying? Certain meats are hard for people to digest. Certain candies and different things. So when it comes to meat, I try to stay whole foods type of eating, or you know, eat maybe like once or twice a day. Sometimes, you know, because I be smoking weed, and this is where weed is like, you gotta take breaks from it here and there, including if you're on a spiritual journey, because weed could give you the munchies. So you want to fast, and you want to like not be tempted to eat. Sometimes all you gotta do is stop smoking weed for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And this goes for myself too. I'm not over here pointing fingers. Help me. Help me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is where, you know, two heads is better than one. I can have my girl in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? I can have my girl in the kitchen. She gonna be disciplined. That's one thing I love about, you know, my women. You know, just women in general. Their anxiety and shit be so strong, it take control in a good way. I be like, that is so adorable. I love how God made you. They be so overthinking the shit that they actually won't do the shit no more. They'll try not to. Like, they'll talk themselves into a delusion. And it's the same thing as doing the mantra, but we're not talking about that right now. You know how, like, you have a negative thought, but she'll fight it back. A lot of people will fight that negative. She'll fight that thought back.
Definitely.
That's good. So anyway, when it comes to food, yeah, man, it's just good to be healthy. You know, eat fruits, a lot of fruits. I try to eat a lot of fruits. I do my little secret formula with my ginger and turmeric. It ain't even a secret formula for a lot of people know about it, but you know, I still think it's still a little secret formula. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. Those little shot boosters.
Yeah, you know what's so crazy? Like, somebody contacted me that I haven't really spoke to in a while, and they do activities without me. Recently, their toes been cut off and everything like that. But really, if we stayed in touch and they stayed in touch with me, and you know, this is somebody that we're supposed to be close to each other. If me and this person would have hung out, they probably could have assisted me in certain parts of my life where I'm still unfamiliar at. But I'm aware that I could have assisted them as well if they took my my offering. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And it didn't necessarily have to be physically. It could just been within communication. You get what I'm saying? That it's important for us to connect, because you never know how a person could be of service to you, and you could be of service to that person. I don't know how this person could have been of service to me besides me probably traveling a little bit more. This person called me, you know, and I've been needed to speak to this person about a lot of situations. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, you had my number the whole time. You could be calling me, check up on me. You know what I'm saying? I call you and check up on you. You feel me?
Right.
But sometimes the conversation be shallow, and it don't need to be shallow. You know what I mean? We don't want to say where we need help at. So now this person recently, and it sucks. Their toes is cut off and shit. Shit is being amputated, and I'm big on health. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I could lead you to the source and to the river. I could lead you there. I have the links. But you ain't even communicate with me. You ain't even call me, ask me how my day was. You wasn't even thinking about me. And we're supposed to be close. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I could have saved them from having their toes not cut off, but I could have definitely been guiding them and assisting them and enforcing certain things.
Right.
Because it's just my nature. So, as far as health is concerned, it's very important. And it comes back to bite people in the ass. Heavy. Heavy. I used to work at the airport. You understand? And I push people in wheelchairs. Some of these people have a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? But they can't eat anymore. How you living life? You know what I'm saying? And this is not to talk bad about people. This is not to point a finger at people. This is just a reality that is real.
Yep.
It's nothing to laugh at. It is not funny. You know what I'm saying? I don't like ugly truths. I don't like hearing ugly truths about my own personal life. I ain't going to sit up here and cap, so I'm not going to sit up here and even dwell on that. I just want to say this, that you want to be old and still be functional.
Yep.
is the goal. You understand what I'm saying? Because it gets to a point where, you know, your mind is going to cope with it. But why not just do what you got to do health-wise now, so when you get of age 80 and age 90, you can still do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You kind of choose when you want to go, rather than it choosing it for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. That's real.
And sometimes I try to eat like an old person. I watch what old people eat. I like hanging around with old people. I really do. I be wanting to hug them. They be walking on slow like a baby. You know what I'm saying? They be walking on slow like a baby. They be eating their soup. They don't stress out a lot. They can't stress out a lot anymore. They're not allowed to when they get older. That's really what it is. They're not allowed to stress. Because they're going to die if they do.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? So the body is so powerful. You're gonna change as you get older with certain things. Just as certain, certain bones might get old or whatever, certain things are gonna get old in your life that you've been attached to. It's just gonna get old. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm over that. It's old. I've been through this 1,000 times. Trust me, child. Just go this route. You know what they tell me, the older people? They say stay active. Don't give up on love. This is what elders tell me. So when I see the chosen ones and shit out here talking about we supposed to be isolated and this and that, man, listen, you could go through a bad storm with somebody and you could learn from that storm and still get happiness out of it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm talking to old people that got married at 50, 60 years old. They found their one. They've been through 2 marriages. You feel what I'm saying? But they didn't give up. They did not give up.
That's so real.
There's people out here that never gave up. They fought for what they wanted and they got it. They had to go through. But they went through and they still was optimistic.
Yep.
I seen women walking around, older women walking around pushing their husbands. The husband is in a wheelchair. She over here active. She know what she had to do. You know what I'm saying? The guy, and she take care of the man. And I seen it vice versa. I seen the men take care of the women.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, health is important, man. Because you still want to be able to enjoy. Sometimes you don't get lessons until you're a little older. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Certain lessons, you don't get that until you're older sometimes. You don't want to get the lesson and then not have a leg.
Yeah, for real.
You can't enjoy the cruise. That's why certain religions and stuff is in place.
Mm-hmm.
So we can follow it. I'm glad that God is on my side. People see my heart now. I'm about to tear this shit up. I feel like I had forces against me in the physical that was trying to sabotage my name. And God's dealing with them. God said, oh, this is who you was the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, but now it's time for you to be awake. And what I'm going to do with my power is just spread love. And mind my business. You feel me?
Definitely.
And I will hope that, people look out for me and I look out for them and we just live in harmony. You know what I mean? That's really the goal. So yeah, health is important, man.
Health is wealth.
Health is wealth, man. Because right now, look, I'm going to tell you something. I don't have the most money in the world. I wish I came across a woman that did have a lot of money. She just want to splurge on me. Ooh, that would be nice. I really want that. Like, I know I'm not the only person with that fantasy. Like, I want to date somebody that just sweep me off my feet, that got mad money, and that's like, yeah, let's travel. I needed a travel partner anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm spiritually rich for real. You see how we doing this podcast? I could talk for days.
Right.
Don't let me start reading and start dissecting stuff. Don't let me get in my little Malcolm X, Martin Luther King bag. For real, I haven't been reading. This is all off of experience. This is all off of straight cheat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even talk about politics. You feel what I'm saying? Politics. even work, man. They don't even work. You talking about politics? There's niggas that don't even work.
Mm-hmm.
They out here getting ice cream. and having a drink once every 2 days at 2 p.m. Who's getting drinks at 2 p.m.?
During happy hour.
Come on. They're not living a regular life. You talking about politics. These people don't even work. They're getting drinks at 2 p.m. They're traveling at the airport early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting drinks at the airport at 4 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting drinks at 9 a.m. There are people living a completely different lifestyle. They're living the life that they want to live. Look at you. You're working from home.
Mm-hmm.
Teach me. Thank you. You are my friend for real.
For real.
So, health is important, man. It's important to manifestation. And it's so crazy, like, I'm thinking about going, you got to understand something, man. Food is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes so good. I'm talking about lemon pepper wings.
That sounds fire.
Don't let no dark-skinned woman make your lemon pepper wings. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let... And then yell from the kitchen, talk about it's time to eat. Don't do that to me. Don't have somebody grandma bake me an apple pie. What is wrong with you? Don't have a girl from Atlanta talk about, this is the best lobster and mac and cheese I ever had.
Oh my gosh.
You talk about the struggle. Food is the struggle.
Not for real.
Shoot, you think she got that big back for a reason? No, niggas. Listen, niggas be making the best pecan pie. Listen, there's people out here that have gumbo like nobody has ever tasted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People done alchemize the food. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I understand the struggle. We all going through that shit for real. Some of us, good thing our body rejects it. It got to a point where my body don't know what, like, it was when I first started my journey, and I said I ain't gonna eat chicken no more, this and that. My body completely rejected the smell and everything. And it still has the ability to do that, because I'm like off and on.
Yeah.
Because when I go places and I travel, I like trying different foods. I like going places and going to the best restaurant in the state.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Right.
I want to try the best thing you got on the menu. That's just how I am. So when it comes to like health, it's about things in moderation. But usually you want to cook your own food for the most part. But if you want to do something special, you could do something special. You know what I'm saying? Just don't overdo it. Cook your own food. Learn how to make your own special dishes. And then you go out and eat too. I wish I could eat out a lot, because there's certain places that are like family owned, and some places make really good spaghetti, like certain Italian spots. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Make the best spaghetti. There's certain places that make some of the best burgers. Like, I ain't gonna cap, Chick-fil-A really do make some of the best chicken sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel the side effect of it. You know what I'm saying? Like some chicken I could eat and I'd be like, ooh, like I feel different after. Like, you know, certain weed you smoke, you be like, ooh, I feel different after. You know, so it's really all about us staying loyal to the things, to the foods that actually benefit us. We got to know where the food coming from. We got to know who cooking the food too.
Yeah, for sure.
You got your favorite restaurants. You know what I'm saying? Then you go outside of that restaurant, you be upset, be like, damn, I knew I should have just stuck with what I know. Now you got to do a whole cleansing and a spiritual bath because this cranky person done cooked your food. I think I'm built for this podcast, though. We got to do this more.
Definitely. You want me to go ahead and cut it off? I can. We had like an hour and 11 minutes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can cut it off.